In a bold move that's turning heads across Wall Street and beyond, Bank of Montreal has dramatically expanded its position in Supermicrocomputer, Inc., NASDAQ SMCI. According to the bank's most recent filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's EC, their stake in the high-performance server and storage solutions company grew by an astonishing 746.3% during the fourth quarter of the last financial year. Let that number sink in: 746.3%. That's not a casual portfolio adjustment. That's a full-on strategic leap. Before this major move, Bank of Montreal held a relatively modest number of SMCI shares, but after purchasing an additional 584,928 shares, their total holdings shot up to 663,302 shares. To put this in perspective, the bank now owns roughly 0.11% of all outstanding shares of Supermicrocomputer. And the value of that stake? As of the latest filing, it's worth an estimated $20.2 million. Why are institutional investors suddenly rushing into SMCI? Bank of Montreal isn't the only big-name investor making waves with SMCI stock. Several other institutional investors, hedge funds, and financial advisors also made notable changes to their SMCI positions during the same quarter. Salem Investment Counselors, Inc. joined the party by opening a brand new position in Supermicrocomputer, acquiring shares valued at around $30,000. Trust Company of Vermont didn't just dip their toes and they jumped in with both feet, increasing their stake by 900% to reach 1,000 shares, also valued around $30,000. Parkside Financial Bank and Trust went even bigger, increasing their holdings by 2,890.9%, ending the quarter with 987 shares. Larson Financial Group, LLC wasn't far behind either, enhancing its position by 902%, bringing their stake to 992 shares. And finally, Toth Financial Advisory Corp. Opened a new position with a modest but notable $31,000 investment in SMCI. These moves speak volumes. When small retail investors buy stock, it's often based on headlines. But when big institutions make moves like these, it typically signals long-term confidence based on deep analysis. In fact, as of this quarter, institutional investors collectively own over 84% of SMCI shares. That kind of institutional ownership is rare and suggests a high level of trust in the company's leadership and growth trajectory. SMCI's market performance, what the charts are saying. Supermicrocomputer's stock has been on a roller coaster ride, but it's the kind of ride that thrill-seeking investors love. On the trading day in question, SMCI shares saw a slight bump, closing up 13 cents, ending the session at $33.25 per share. Now, that might seem like a small movement on the surface, but the context tells a bigger story. Trading volume. Over 20 million shares changed hands, more than one-fourth of the average volume, which stands at a whopping 73 million. Moving averages. SMCI's 50-day moving average sits at $40.19, while the 200-day moving average is at $36.76, indicating that the stock is currently trading slightly below both averages, possibly a buying opportunity for value-focused investors. Fundamental snapshot. Debt-to-equity ratio, 0.32, quite healthy and conservative. Current ratio, 3.77, suggests strong liquidity. Quick ratio, 1.93, again, strong. Market cap, a massive $19.73 billion. P/E ratio, 16.69. Beta, 1.22, suggests moderate volatility. In simpler terms, SMCI is well capitalized, has manageable debt, and is generating solid earnings. And that might be exactly why so many institutions are flooding into the stock right now. Analysts weigh in mixed but upbeat outlook. What do the analysts think? Opinions are split, but overall, they lean toward cautious optimism. Here's a roundup of recent analyst activity. Northland Securities slapped a $70 price target on SMCI in early March, suggesting more than double the current price potential. Wedbush reiterated a hold rating in mid-February, suggesting they're waiting to see more progress. J.P. Morgan Chase and Company upgraded their outlook from underweight to neutral and raised their target from $35 to $45, a 28.3% upside from the current price. Barclays initiated coverage with an equal weight rating and a target of $59, still very bullish. CFRA went even further by upgrading SMCI from hold to buy and issued a $48 price target. In total, 3 analysts say sell, 10 say hold, 5 recommend buy. 1 even went as far as a strong buy. The average consensus target, $53 per share, which is a significant upside from where SMCI is trading now. Insider activity: who's selling and why? Institutional buying is usually a bullish signal, but it's also wise to look at what company insiders are doing. Are they buying more stock, or are they cashing out? Recently, 2 major insider transactions took place. Senior Vice President George Cao sold 71,720 shares at an average price of $50.48, totaling over $3.6 million. After this move, Cao's remaining stake is just 19,449 shares, worth just under $1 million. That's a 78.6% decrease in his position. Another insider, Blair, sold 19,460 shares for $828,606.80 at an average price of $42.58. While insider selling can sometimes spook retail investors, it doesn't always mean bad news. Executives often sell for many reasons: portfolio diversification, taxes, or personal expenses. It doesn't necessarily signal trouble at the company. Still, it's always worth keeping an eye on. What does Super Microcomputer actually do? If you're new to SMCI, let's talk about what makes this company so attractive. Super Microcomputer is a global leader in high-performance, high-efficiency server technology. They build server and storage solutions, motherboards, networking hardware, AI-focused infrastructure, and customized data center products. SMCI operates in a space that's seeing explosive demand thanks to the growth of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, edge computing, hyperscale data centers, 5G infrastructure. Their approach is unique. They offer a building block architecture that allows companies to customize systems based on performance needs and power requirements. This has made them a go-to name for many enterprise clients, including in sectors like finance, government, healthcare, and research. Final thoughts: is SMCI a hidden gem? So, what does all of this mean? When major financial institutions like Bank of Montreal pour tens of millions into a tech company, it usually indicates that something big is on the horizon. Combine that with growing analyst optimism, a solid balance sheet, and a booming demand for data center infrastructure, and you've got a stock worth watching closely. Whether you're a long-term investor, a swing trader, or someone just curious about tech sector momentum, Super Microcomputer is definitely a stock to keep on your radar. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you in-depth market analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.